everybody, and welcome back to Blue Jays Today. We're your boys. We always got something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And in this one, folks, we're going to be talking about how the Toronto Blue Jays may have actually fleeced the entire MLB.
Like, actually.
Jeff freaking Hoffman. This guy is doing some crazy stuff on the bump right now, guys. We're going to break into what it is that he's doing, how he's doing it, and how it is saving the Toronto Blue Jays right now. Before we get into it, please make sure to hit that like, smash the subscribe button, and of course, let us know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. Let's flash over immediately to the fact that Jeff Hoffman may just fuck around and win reliever of the year at this rate. I tweeted this out last night, because last night's game, Jeff Hoffman played a crucial role in it. He came out in the 9th and then in the 10th, pitched 2 innings for the Toronto Blue Jays, shutout ball, gave them an opportunity to then go on and walk off the Boston Red Sox, which they inevitably did, needed the win.
Yeah.
He's been doing this consistently for us, man.
Yeah. Honestly, when we signed Jeff Hoffman, I knew we were getting a legit dude and a stud to be our lockdown closer, and I'd never imagined he'd be A, this good, and B, give us the opportunity to go multiple innings that we desperately need in a bullpen right now that is pretty depleted depth-wise. When you look at his game logs, too, you can see he's gone 2 innings once, twice, 3 times, and every single time he's picked up the W for the Toronto Blue Jays. So when you need him the most, he shows up, he gives shutout ball, and he does it in efficient pitch count too. 27 pitches, I believe it was last night. In 2 innings, it took him to shut down the Boston Red Sox, a good hitting ball club. This is way more than I expected from Jeff Hoffman.
Well, listen, this might seem like an exaggeration, but I really don't think that it is. In the entirety of the time, for me being a baseball fan, watching the Toronto Blue Jays, I have never seen anybody more dominant on the mound than Jeff Hoffman.
Yeah.
I'm talking starters. I am talking relief. I mean, just seriously, like in the small period of time that Jeff Hoffman takes the mound, he is in full control of everything. The at-bat, everything he's doing, he is in full control.
He gets ahead, he throws what he wants, and the batters can't hit it. I mean, like, the movement on his pitches, the locations, the mixing of speeds and you know, velocities, it's just remarkable. So Jeff Hoffman, and also big shout out here, just got his 500th strikeout last night, so shout out to this guy. And then what a late bloomer too, right? Like, he was bouncing around. He was with the Blue Jays. We sent him over to the Rockies. He went over to the Reds, bounced around, and then it took that like one batting practice session with Bryce Harper for Bryce Harper to say, this guy needs to play. And then what do you know, he finds himself in Phillies, and now he's back in Toronto. So honestly, the Blue Jays got a major steal of Jeff Hoffman. We were thinking last year, okay, well, Jordan Romano, you know, we have to get this guy back. He's our closer. He's a guy, even though he had a rough year, we got to get him back. What didn't happen was that we let him go. He goes to the Phillies, and then we go and sign Jeff Hoffman, and people were kind of wondering, well, is this going to work out? Is it going to pan out?
Yeah.
Panned out pretty damn good, if you ask me.
Seriously, man. I mean, we have to thank everybody that's been part of this process. Bryce Harper, Jeff, like everyone, right? Like, because alternatively right now, the Toronto Blue Jays could be in a reality where they have Jordan Romano going in and trying to save the ball game or pitch those 2 innings where we desperately need shutout ball to give the offense another opportunity. Jordan Romano, whilst Jeff Hoffman might arguably be the best reliever in all of baseball right now, you could make a seriously strong argument for why Jordan Romano is the worst bullpen arm in baseball right now. The guy's got a -1 WAR according to Baseball Reference. He's got a 12.19 ERA. I saw some articles come out earlier today that, like, the Phillies coaches are thinking that they've turned it around because they thought that he was tipping his pitches, and now they
scoreless outing, and now it's like, all right, we're good. Okay, well,
the guy's still got a 12+ ERA, and you know, I honestly feel bad for him because I do love Jordan Romano. Like, I think the guy is phenomenal. However, when you are comparing Jeff Hoffman to Jordan Romano, just like pound for pound, what they've done so far, there is a stark difference, right? Jeff Hoffman with a 1.1 WAR compared to Jordan Romano's -1 takes some pretty quick math to go, okay, there's 2 wins right there. And I can promise you, I mean, like, there would be more games, more losses in the loss column than just 2 if we had Jordan Romano instead of Jeff Hoffman right now.
We'll take a look at this. Looking at the win-loss, 3 wins, like we brought up, to 0 losses and 6 saves. Jordan Romano's 1 loss and only 2 saves, and they're not even counting for blown saves in here. So Jeff Hoffman, the upgrade from Jordan Romano for the Toronto Blue Jays is astronomical. I mean, at this point, and we're just like cracking into May right now.
Sure.
So there's a lot more opportunity for Jeff Hoffman to do some pretty great stuff for the Blue Jays. And just to add a further point on how good he's been this year, this is him compared to the rest of the relievers in the MLB. According to Fangraphs WAR, he's tied for first with Robert Suarez over there on the Padres, who are going absolutely nuclear right now. But I guess the one thing you could argue that he has over him is Jeff Hoffman is expected to keep this up with an expected FIP of 1.43, where Suarez is basically double him. So Jeff Hoffman could actually, like you said over in this tweet right here, could fuck around and win reliever of the year.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, I think that FIP is a great stat because it really helps you understand like how they're doing it, everything like that, like what we expect to see from them further. And I think that honestly, like, it just further confirms my bias when I said, previously in this podcast that, like when he is on the bump, he is in full control of everything. And it looks that way. Like he looks like, because sometimes you'll get, guys out there and, they end up with like, a 1.5 ERA and you're like, how did this guy end up with that? But how Jeff Hoffman is doing it. And it feels warranted right now. Like it feels like he has earned himself that ERA that he has right now that is so dominant, which then is just a further point to showcase that Baltimore, you guys are so damn dumb. And
hey guys, time for a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. Hit your picks and knock it out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code down below or click the link in the description to join the action. Available in Ontario only, must be 19 years older to participate. And guys, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content.
And the Atlanta Braves.
Thank you. Like, genuinely, thank you, right? Throwback to when earlier in the offseason, it was January, the Blue Jays signed Jeff Hoffman. We were all excited, and then we were all worried because, there was that whole thing about, his shoulder is fucked up, and, and he had a deal with Baltimore lined up, and then they backed out because they were worried about it. You guys are idiots.
Yeah, dude, they had a $40 million deal on the table for Jeff Hoffman, and they backed out. And then there was Atlanta. Now, I don't know the exact dollar amount. Maybe it was something similar, but they backed out. So the Blue Jays, when we say we fleeced the MLB, we fleeced the Orioles, you fleeced the Atlanta Braves, and you might have just fleeced Jeff Hoffman too, because this guy's pitching out of his skin right now. He's getting paid $11 million per year, roughly. Well, dude, he's playing like 15, 16. He's playing like one of the best closers in baseball.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, like right now, seriously, he is, you could make an argument, the best closer in all of baseball, right? I mean, we pulled up the WAR for you. It's right there. And the fact that he is too, and the WAR doesn't even, encapsulate the fact, like several other games, right, where he's come in for the 2 innings, gone into the extras. You're not giving up a run in the extras. And that to me is just like so crucial. Like the other team should score 1. That's the expectation, is like, we have a guy at second base. We should score that guy, apply some pressure, then see what they do. He just keeps walling them. I know. Every time we get to extras, he's just walling them every single time, and it's giving the Toronto Blue Jays an offense or an opportunity, to win this thing. So, I mean, like the contract that we have him on, chef's kiss.
I know. And look, it is just 1 month into the season. There's still 5 more months of baseball to be played, so we'll see how he pans out once he gets further into the dog days of summer. But regardless, right now, based on every conversation that reporters have had with him, he feels good. Like, he feels like he can pitch back-to-back days, no problem. Remember when he was in, it was the back-to-back 2-inning outing when he won Jay of the Week a few weeks ago, and he was like, he's flying over to Toronto. I'm good to go again.
Yeah.
I'll pitch again. Now, it's him saying that. We'll see how his arm pans out, but if everything keeps going the way we're seeing right now, like, my goodness, like, this could be the best free agent signing the Blue Jays have made in a long time.
Quite literally, folks. And honestly, like, I know that you said it is just May 1st, so there's lots of time left. But if there was anyone that I had the utmost confidence in being elite for the remainder of the season, I'm not betting on Vladdy. I'm not betting on Bo. I'm betting on Jeff Hoffman. Seriously. Like, with what I've seen so far, that would be my bet for somebody to remain at this elite level. But folks, you let us know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. Please hit that like, smash that subscribe button, everybody. $4 a month, become a YouTube member. Should I thank you to all of our current YouTube members. You guys are amazing.
Guys, thank you so much for watching.
And as always, go Jays, go!